Paris, late 14th century. A city of grand cathedrals and narrow, bustling alleys. A place where the mundane met the mysterious. Here, among the booksellers and artisans, lived a man named Nicolas Flamel. Flamel was a scribe and bookseller, a man of ink and paper. A seemingly ordinary life, but one that would later be shrouded in myth and whispering. He was neither a king nor a knight, but his name would resonate for centuries. Flamel's true story is not one of magic, but of a world on the brink of new ideas. His was a time when practical knowledge and speculative thought often went hand in hand. A time when the concept of turning base metals into gold was not just fantasy, but an intense, if often misunderstood, field of study called alchemy. Alchemy, in its historical form, was not about making gold out of thin air, as it is often portrayed. Its roots stretched back to ancient Egypt, Greece, and the Islamic world. These early practitioners sought an understanding of the universe, believing that matter was mutable and adaptable. The transformation of one substance into another, especially metals, was a metaphor for spiritual growth, purification, and understanding of fundamental nature. Islamic scholars such as Jabir ibn Hayyan made significant contributions, developing new laboratory techniques and writing extensively on the properties of materials. These texts traveled to Europe, sparking the interest of medieval scholars. Alchemy then developed a system of symbols and secret languages, partly to hide from religious disapproval and partly to contain its specialized in developing knowledge. In the mid-14th century, Flamel came into possession of a particular book. Its contents and origin remain a matter of debate. He claimed that it was given to him by a mysterious figure and contained strange symbols, allegorical stories, and coded instructions. The book, according to Flamel's later account, held the key to unlocking the secrets of transmutation. Flamel allegedly spent years deciphering these texts. He worked not in a laboratory but in his quiet shop, studying the language, trying to understand the underlying ideas. His motivations are unclear. Was it the promise of gold? Or a deeper desire to understand the hidden codes of nature? What we know for sure is that his work took time, effort, and a good deal of intellectual energy. His own accounts, written many years later, describe his supposed success in producing the Philosopher's Stone, the substance believed to transmute base metals into gold, and creating an elixir of life to prolong life and restore youth. Historical records, however, show a more mundane reality. We know from royal documents that Nicolas Flamel became quite wealthy. He acquired property, became a moneylender, and was known for his philanthropy. He founded hospitals and built shelters. His prosperity, however, came not from alchemy, but from his success as a real estate investor and moneylender. These actions, while not mystical, show a man with keen financial acumen. The stories of Flamel's success as an alchemist and creator of the Philosopher's Stone appeared largely after his death. The stories probably arose from a combination of his royal wealth, which was quite considerable, and the enduring fascination with the practice of alchemy. These stories fulfilled a human desire to believe in extraordinary possibilities. Flamel's story reminds us of the power of myth-making and how real figures can be shaped by centuries of speculation. He was not the great magician portrayed in later tales, but rather a man of his time, operating within the belief systems and economic parameters available to him. He represents the transition from medieval thought to the Renaissance, a time when new ideas about nature and the natural world were being actively debated and studied. Nicolas Flamel is not a magician or alchemist in the modern sense. His life, examined through accurate historical documents, presents a clear picture of a successful businessman and a charitable benefactor. His story, however, reveals how perception, combined with time, can transform real people into symbols, and how we often seek the extraordinary in the ordinary. The real magic in Flamel's story is not the gold he may or may not have created, but the continuing interest his life